Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your 2018 December love reading. I am Princess India if we have not met before, and welcome new subby. For my old subbies and new subbies, if you guys didn't know, this month is Shidu's birthday month, so on the 22nd of this month it'll be a year that I have been on YouTube, and in celebration of that, I have a discount code in the description box below this video. And also, we finally figured out how we're going to be doing the giveaway. I'm going to post like a cheesy promo video. It's not really going to be a promo. It's just there as a space holder because the winners that we're going to announce during the live on the 22nd are going to be chosen through an app that like picks, random comments or whatever. So if you're interested in entering the giveaway, because I'm giving away free readings and decks and a whole bunch of other stuff. But if you're interested in entering, then make sure you like the video and comment below. Not this one, but the one that I post later. I said I was going to do it after Aquarius, but I'm probably going to do it after this one. But anyway, so be sure to do that. Any other information that you need is in the description box below, like my social media channels, as well as my website if you would like to book a session with me along with the discount code. So we're going to go ahead and jump into you guys reading. I'm going to pick an overall energy for you as well as your cross watcher from my Romance Angels deck. You know what I'm saying. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you guys reading is going to be good too, since everyone has had very positive readings and whatnot. So we're going to ask Spirit to give us clear and direct guidance for Scorpios, as well as their cross watcher. Spirit, please give me an overall energy. God, what is in my eye? The eye problems. Overall energy for Scorpio. The first card for Scorpio, the second for their cross watcher, please. Spirit. Maybe because my heater just came on. First card. Okay, that is a lot of cards. Well, it's 2 each. Oh, good Lord. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Past life relationship. You have known each other before, Scorpio. Next, we have give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. And next, we have getting to know each other. So this kind of sounds like 2 different people. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Interesting. So, to me, this kind of sounds like a little bit of reconciliation going on for one group of Scorpios and meeting a new person for another group. That's interesting. I think that's pretty dope. I think that's the first time that we've had, like, 2 defined things. So we have singles and couples. Congratulations, Scorpio, for breaking the mold. So we're going to ask Spirit to give us clear and direct guidance for Scorpios for the month of December, please, Spirit. Anything that they need to know, anything of utmost importance, I ask that come to the forefront in this reading, that we offer Scorpios any insights or clarity that they need in reference to their love lives, please, Spirit. Anything they've been mulling over, anything that they're confused about, I asked that we clear that up in this reading, please, and give me the ability to interpret these messages for the benefit of my wonderful Scorpio people, my opposite sign. And I thank you in advance. Let's see, Heather. Where can I put you? Oh, okay. So, first card that we have for Scorpios is, if I can turn it over, my God. Okay. The 3 of Swords. Then we have the Hermit. This is getting good. Next, we have the 4 of Swords. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, Scorpios. This could involve a Virgo, but I really feel it is like legit just the Hermit. You guys, in the past, I would assume for my relationship people, oh man, this is more twin flame stuff. I guess all twin flames are just going into union everywhere, right? But anyway, in the past, I feel like it's things that you guys went through, heartbreaks, those of you who are in couples with your partner, counterpart, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like you guys had to kind of do some soul searching because I feel like the level of it's almost like the level of disappointment that you experienced descended you into a very, very dark place. And it's like, and I say this for either one, whether this is a person, like say if you're married or even if you're single, it's like I feel like whatever disappointment in reference to love that you guys experience past tense, it brought you to a very, very dark place to where you kind of started to question yourself. You started to kind of question life, like your process, like what's really going on, and a need to kind of find truth. So I feel like this disappointment or this heartbreak more or less acted as like a catalyst for you to kind of provoke you to look within. You know what I mean? Because it's almost as if you needed to look within to find a light to keep going. Because I feel like it was disappointment or heartbreak on like that deep of a level, right? So more or less, you guys went on this journey, kind of found your truth, found your not resilience. What's the word I'm looking for? Like it made you resilient, but it's almost like you found something, whatever that something is, that gave you enough strength to keep going, right? So now with the Three of Swords, which isn't really a card you guys should be too worried about, it's like you're in your healing process now. So it's more or less like you looked within and decided to make yourself a priority and to not look outside of yourself, you know? So you guys are going through, or just coming out of like a rebirth cycle, so to speak. And now I feel like you guys are kind of not necessarily like detaching in a negative way, but it's like you're kind of solo dolo. Like you're literally in hermit mode because you're in a recovery phase. It's just a need to kind of get back to your baseline, to get back to center, to get back to your organic state of self, right? And I feel like that applies to both my single people who may have had their heart broken in the distant past, and even for my coupled people, if you guys, you know, are married and separated, you took like a little break, or even if you guys had a breakup. So for those people who may have broken up with someone, and it's kind of like that point of no return type of breakup, so like, you know, this is a person that's not going to come back. For some of you, and I feel that more for people who are like kind of married, like say if you guys are doing like a temporary separation, like staying at your mom's house or something for a little while, I feel like there's the potential, I swear this isn't me. Y'all know I be talking about therapy, but this has been coming up quite a bit. If you guys went to marriage therapy or going to marriage therapy, if you're literally a married couple, I feel like that kind of has some sense in it. And I'm more or less feeling this for Scorpio. So, like, say if it's a Scorpio male, if it's a married Scorpio male. So if you're like a cross watcher and you're looking for a Scorpio male that you're married to, and you guys are either in marriage therapy, or if you were considering like marriage therapy, that would be a good move, because it's more or less, during the therapeutic process, it would kind of shine a light on, oh man, this is a whole storyline. Okay. So this is someone who's cross-watching Scorpio, a Scorpio male, and you're married. And it's almost like, I don't want to say like a fairy tale beginning, but I feel like when you guys met, it was under strange circumstances and things were like really happy, but I feel like you guys have been married for a minute, and it's almost like the relationship is lost its spark, right? So if you guys went to marriage therapy, because I guess if you were thinking about it and you think he wouldn't be open to it, he actually would be if you suggested it, or even if you guys have already discussed it. And what's going to happen throughout the therapeutic process is having the therapist as a catalyst is going to help him shine the light on the past of what brought you guys together in the first place and kind of bring him back to that space, and him kind of learning that like passion is something that is fleeting, like it comes and goes in a relationship, and it's something that has to kind of be cultivated. And I think with having someone outside of the wife, because it's kind of like, you know, if you think about how most men sometimes interpret it, is like if if the wife's like, why don't you do this for me anymore? You used to do this and you don't do that. It's like they end up interpreting it as nagging, even though what the wife is saying has validity. It's just the tone. They'll just completely tune it out. But I think a lot of the things that the wife may consistently say to the husband, right, on a regular basis, just because it's coming from the therapist, it's like suddenly he's going to hear it different, as if you don't say that all the time. And it's going to make him reflect back on the past and kind of like why he fell in love with you in the first place. And it's going to kind of open his eyes to how, like showing you both how you both contributed to the breakdown, because, wow, this is becoming so deep now. Because the whole thing with relationships, especially like marriages, is when you've been with someone for a long time and things start to kind of break down, 9 times out of 10, it's usually because a break in intimacy, right? And intimacy, or a breach in intimacy, sometimes can happen within the first 6 months to a year of marriage, believe it or not. And you spend 10 years together after that with a break in intimacy. And intimacy, in essence, is the belief that your partner has your best interest at heart. Whenever something happens, and it doesn't have to be something as serious as cheating, but that's very possible. But I mean, it could be anything that triggers a person. But when one partner stops believing that their partner has their best interest in heart is when there's a breach in intimacy. And now we instantly shift to a defensive stance, right? So even though we're together and we love each other, we now get caught in having the same argument over and over again to no avail. It's like we're having the same argument, but just about different stuff, and it feels like there's no resolution. And the lack thereof of resolution is because this free-flowing emotional intimacy that we had at one point in time is cut off because I'm being self-protective, right? So that's just a little snippet of where you guys will be, but I feel like having that conversation with an unbiased party will cultivate healing in both people and thus in the marriage overall. And I feel like you guys are going to be going to a place of renewal, because I also feel like this is going to kind of unhinge a lot of things for you guys from the past, not necessarily related to your marriage, but I mean respectively, like individual wounds. So this is like one of those like soulmate twin flamey marriage situations, which I like to see these, but it's more or less like the shared wounds that the two of you have is what drew you together. You know what I mean? And you guys, like when you met, everything was super copacetic, got married, loved each other, everything, still love each other now. But it's just like that thing that's missing is the need for both of you to heal like past kind of stuff. Because I mean, it could be transgenerational trauma, like past life wounds, or it could literally be stuff from this particular life. But the reason why this is coming up now is because your relationship in totality is kind of ascending to a higher state of being. And the two of you are each other's catalysts. So it's similar wounds. And the two of you are kind of acting as a change agent for each other. And, bringing in that third party is a good look. So interesting that went that way. But other than that particular small group of people, the rest of you guys who are either, divorced, got out of a relationship with a toxic person, like a karmic partner, or those of you who are just single who've experienced pains in the past, you're going through a rebirth cycle. You're healing past wounds, but I feel like now you're just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just doing you and trying to get back to baseline or whatever. Now, going on to your cross watcher, the first card that they have is the Three of Pentacles. Okie dokie. Then we have the King of Swords. So this could be an air sign person, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And shucky ducky, the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, interesting. Very, very interesting. So your cross watcher knows what they want. You know what I'm saying? They know what they want. So 2 things. Your cross watcher could, this is real. Your cross watcher could be a person that's an air sign or an earth sign and have a combination of the two in their chart. So they could be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But I feel like this person as well, they've also gone through a cycle within themselves. And I'm even seeing this energy. I'm seeing the energy from the story I was just telling too. Man, this is crazy. This is legit. Uh-huh. And then we got, oh man, yeah, this is legit some. Why is this happening? How is this possible? It's literally been a day since I've done readings. And usually if like I do a new throng of readings like in a different day with a different energy vibration, it's like the narratives start to change. But no, not here. That's not happening. So us having two core cards here. Okay, so my cross watcher person, they've turned their back on their past, right? So I feel like with my person that's up here, like the married couple, I feel like the cross watcher is ready to leave the past behind. Like they're not even fixated on anything that happened back there. They're more or less thinking about you guys building, healing, and expanding for the future. And this kind of goes back to what I was saying here, because the cross watcher person holds you in high regard. Like they see you in a very positive light. They see you as like an empress, even though this is the Queen of Pentacles here. It's like I really feel like they see you like an empress, and they desperately want to move past whatever it is you guys have been through in the past. So that to me is kind of confirmation how I was saying, like, if you think that they might not be interested, if you suggested it to them, for married people, I do feel like they would be open to it, because they're kind of at the point where they care about you a great deal. They love you a great deal. And even though it may be kind of manifesting as let's kind of just get over this and let's just move forward type of deal, I think it's because they don't really know what to do to heal it. And it's like they just know I want to get over the hump that we've hit. Let's heal. Let's move forward because I love you, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I don't know why I'm talking to the crosswatcher so heavy here. But I feel like if you're watching for a Scorpio dude, and I think this is like in totality, home dude is trying to move forward. Like he's trying not to focus on the past, and you could be watching for a Scorpio person, or this can go vice versa. But one of you, a male, is focused on the future. The female energy is focused on the past. So it's kind of like her looking at herself through the lens of whatever happened back here. So, whatever it was that you guys went through past tense, it's like I feel like the guy is trying to come in and say, hey, I'm different, I'm changed. Like, let's build together, let's expand, let's, whatever, have kids, whatever the case is. Because with Three of Pentacles, it's a card of expansion, working together and cooperating. Two becoming one to create a three. So whether that's in, like baby making land, or if it's in business or what have you, the male counterpart is desiring to move forward. Even though he's cognizant of the past, it's like dude really transformed and knows that, like, in his mind, it's like being decisive and being practical and saying there's nothing back there, let's look forward. But it's understandable because the female counterpart feels like, no, I need validation. This stuff happened back here. This is still, she's still wounded by that. And she's still looking at life through the lens of the pain back here. So, and sometimes in situations like this, it still kind of helps to have like a third party catalyst in a sense, just to help everybody kind of see each other's point of view. Because like me being the unbiased party here in front of these little cards and whatnot, it's like I understand where dude's coming from, but I also understand where the female's coming from. And I feel like both of you are right. Yes, we should be fixated on the future. yes, we acknowledge the past, but at the same time, we need to, you know, validate and acknowledge a person's feelings that we're in a relationship with. If the desire is expansion, if you really want the expansion and you want it to manifest in a tangible way so that it'll actually, you know, grow into something of use and not be built on a weak foundation and eventually crumble somewhere down the line. We want to have true healing with the Three of Swords, and we want to do true, you know, in-depth reflection, because the way that we get true insight on how to move forward is by learning from our past experiences. You know what I mean? And even though sometimes we like to kind of glaze over stuff because it's like, oh, this is uncomfortable, this is painful, kind of don't want to deal with this, like, can we just move on? That's understandable, but the whole key is here, it's kind of like having a wound that's infected and like half-ass cleaning it out, you know? Yeah, it's gonna get a staph infection. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get all the little yuckies out. So you don't want it to be something that's kind of existing under the surface, you know what I mean, that's gonna kind of bite you in the ass in the future. You know what I mean? So to have true healing, true transformation, it's a need to really get to the root of whatever these issues are that occurred back here. So it's almost like going backwards in order to go forwards, in so many words. But other than that, I mean, it's looking really good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like you guys' hearts are in the right place. It's a need, I mean, a desire to really, to rebirth the relationship. You know, for those of you that are together, for my single people, it's someone who would be coming into your life who's willing and ready to be vulnerable. So the same with this person. It's the same kind of themes with both of these people. It's just you're in two different circumstances. So for my single people, this is somebody who's been through some things, who's, you know, done their work. They're in their transformation phase and they know what it is that they want. They're cognizant of their past. They've learned from the experience, but they're focused on their future. They want to be with someone that's what's the word I'm looking for? A compatible counterpart. Someone who has like goals, like desires, someone who's hardworking, someone who's willing to kind of work side by side with them. And with you guys, I'm kind of seeing the same thing I saw. I don't remember whose reading that was that I did. Capricorn, I think. It's like you guys are most certainly counterparts, because I'm looking at the air energy and I'm looking at the earth. Yeah, that was Capricorn. So I'm still getting this vibe like, you know, you guys being each other, like being complementary when it comes to like your gifts and talents. So for my single people, and I mean, this could be possible for my couple people too. You guys could own a business together or may eventually go that route. And I don't know if y'all, you know, because that is, you know, Earth here. I don't know if y'all dealing with Capricorns and things and whatnot or whatever. But I feel like with this, I feel like this is a business venture that's going to bring the two of you together. Or this could be someone that you work with. Or you guys can both be celebrity famous people. So this very well may be a Capricorn with this Queen of Pentacles here. Actors is what I hear specifically, or in the public eye in some way, shape, form, fashion, even politicians. But so for my single people, it's either that your career or what you do, artists, like real, like legit paintbrush type of artists. Anyway, but it's gonna be, oh gosh, okay, a museum. What's really going on? So you guys have met or will meet in a museum, but it's like an opening, like a gallery opening or something of the sort. Like one person's going to be showing their stuff, and I'm seeing like, oh, this isn't traditional stuff. This is like, that's not mixed media. What do you call that? I don't know what you call it. It's like the kind of art, is it contemporary art? It's like the kind of art that Yoko Ono does. It's like very like innovative, very, you know, avant-garde, abstract type of stuff, you know? I forgot what you call it. But anyway, Spirit, please stop telling me places these people are going to meet each other so I can get my thought out. Jesus. Anyway, so for some of you, it's in an event like that, but others of you, it's either being like contractors working on the same project, or you work in the same building, the same office, you're in the same industry, or you guys are going to start a business together, because it's like, you know, one of you may be really good with like the back office stuff like finance and spreadsheets and billing and file keeping and stuff of the sort. And then the other one is kind of like, you know, the PR person that's like, you know, in the forefront, you know. But it's like the two of you coming together is like the ideal combination for whatever this is you guys would be building with each other. You know what I mean? But I do see good things. I do see like similarities between the two of you, and the fact that like for my single people, both of you guys have gone through similar experiences and you're both spiritually minded. But I do still sense for who the female person would be in this is that you want to kind of be cognizant of using your work, your job, or the acquisition of stuff and things, or even your beauty, to distract you from the things that you're trying to avoid within, you know? I don't really feel like there's going to be so much of a problem for him, because I feel like home dude is like, he's been through the fires of transformation and refinement. So I feel like he has like a very keen discernment. So I feel like even if you do kind of have that little hang up going on, I feel like he's going to see it for what it is and not judge you for it. You know what I mean? I think he would even be kind of like a catalyst in your healing, and the fact that he'd be able to speak from a place of him knowing. So it's one of those you see right through me type of deals, but in a good way. Not like him telling you who you are in a controlling sense, but, you know, him being able to, like, you having the desire to heal. So it's not him loving you out of your pain, so to speak, but you having the desire to heal, and him being able to give like a little secret ingredient in order for that to manifest. That's interesting. There's a lot there. It's a lot. I don't remember anything that I said, so that was a lot. Scorpios. So now we're going to throw the dice of resonance. For those of you who don't know what this is, it's one of my little art projects. It has 12 zodiac signs, clarifiers in the sense of if it's sun, moon, or rising, the roles a person can play in your life, and you also have the ability to ask a yes or no question. So if you want to ask a yes or no question, you can pause me, not while I'm making a creepy face or my eyes twitching or anything of the sort. And then I'm going to toss them out. I don't interpret them. It's just, you know, however they come out, they come out. So the answers that you can get are yeses, nos, and time-sensitive answers. And in the event that a time-sensitive answer comes out, you would take that as a yes, and the time in which that will come to pass. So let's see what's going on. Whew. All right. Oh, I said all that. We have Aquarius. We have Gemini. We have Bay Lover Partner. The answer to the question is no. And then we have a question mark, which means that the Gemini or Aries could be anything. It could be sun, moon, rising, Venus, whatever. 10th house, whatever. It could be anything. But yeah. So that's that. Gemini, Aquarius, Bay Lover Partner, no, and a question mark. So that could be anything. So my wonderful Scorpios, my opposite sign, you know, my homie G Gangster and what's not, or whatever. That has been your December 2018 love reading. It has been a pleasure reading for you, my dear. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like this video if you will it so, you know. And if you haven't subscribed, do that. And then click your little notification button and what's not, or whatever. Cancer is next, so go tell your little water sign friends, because I know you guys have secret meetings and stuff. You think I don't know, but I know. But I love your face, and I will see you sooner than later. Oh, and keep an eye out for the little raffle submission video. Okay? I love your face. Deuces.